Woo! Right between the legs. Alright. There she is. Hey, this is Bryce and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Jack of Trades. In this video, I'm kicking off my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Party Wagon TT-02 build. I wanted to do this build since the beginning of the year, and I started designing a chassis for it, and I kind of lost my wind and didn't really do much with it. I started modeling up in CAD. And recently, with a Poor Boys RC TT-02 Speedrun Challenge, I was inspired to do the build based on a TT-02 chassis. I had a slider kit. Basically, a slider kit is a chassis with no wheels, no tires, no body. So it's a very bare bones chassis. They're fairly inexpensive, less than $100 usually. So I had that kit, and then I had also picked up a kind of third-party carbon fiber chassis kit off of eBay, which had aluminum gearboxes, the lower half of the gearboxes, as well as the aluminum prop shaft supports. And I was going through that, and rather than hacking up a chassis, I ended up kind of integrating that carbon fiber chassis, the aluminum bits from that carbon fiber chassis, into my design, and basically designed my own chassis. So that's what we have now. This has kind of been a quick build. I started designing this Saturday night, and I got the parts made Sunday. It's covered in yellow dust from chopping the body. And I got the car built up in a couple of hours today, and I got it out for a run as well, as you saw in the preview. So yeah, this is my own custom chassis. I designed some wheels, kind of modeling the original toy wheels, except with real tires. And this is it. It's a super short chassis. In addition to the wheels and the chassis, I also had to machine my own prop shaft because it's a little, what is it? It's 1.5 inch long prop shaft. Because we had to, in order to get this chassis to fit with that body, we had to remove 4 inches of chassis, and it's really hard to appreciate that until you set it side by side with another TT-02. So this is my Speedrun TT-02 standard length chassis, and this is the short one next to it. Alright, so yeah, it's quite short, it's quite compact, it's very cramped for space. I'm basically putting all the stuff that would normally be on the main deck on the upper deck. Battery goes up here, GPS goes up here. The motor actually interferes with the steering bell crank. I had to shave off material on the bell crank. I care about the motor more than I do the bell crank. So I had to take off a couple of millimeters off the bell crank. So the steering servo was moved to what would normally be the battery side of the chassis. But yeah, it kind of all came together. It's not as tight as my Speedrun car. This has TRF front suspension. This has TT-02 front suspension, so it's got some slop. But that being said, you know, it actually does pretty well. What do we do? This is like a 260 millimeter wheelbase, and we went down to 160. So we basically reduced the chassis by 40%, and it does all right. It's a little squirrely, you know. If the steering wanders a little bit, it takes off in an unpredictable direction, but it's still manageable to drive. And then just quickly, I kind of started chopping this body. I was not very careful about it. I actually accidentally cut through, but we won't tell anyone. That'll be my secret. That I might be able to patch that up. And so I've got these little spacers just for mocking up the body spacing. So it'll sit something like that. I do want to make sure I have enough room for suspension travel, but I think we can pull this off. The other thing I like to do is try to actuate. So I don't know if you've ever played with this toy, but you would sit a Ninja Turtle in this little outrigger, so that when you lift the roof, he would swing out. So there'd be a Ninja Turtle sitting here, and then this little bay door would have bombs that would roll out. So it would be kind of cool, I think, to make this operated with remote. So we might try doing that. And also getting some Ninja Turtles in the front seat, since I didn't have to hack out the front seat. But we need to get some drivers in this car. And there's plenty of room for other stuff. I might clean up some things. So yeah, it's been a fun build so far. It's really cool to see this come together. It's cool to get this out for a run and drive it. Considering I haven't really been, I mean, it's been an idea on the back burner for the whole year, but it kind of came to fruition real quick in the last 3 days or so. So there it is. I do have a build video, or at least I have footage. I'm thinking about go ahead and posting it. Just do a quick little high-speed video, and then we'll definitely get some more running footage, and we'll continue working on this until we actually have a body mounted to the car. Alright, so I will go ahead and show some more running footage and leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, so here we with the ultra compact. This is the TMNT Party Wagon TT-02 build. So we basically took off 4 inches from the chassis length. We got a gyro in there, which seems to have a pretty high gain, so I don't know if we might have to turn that down a bit. There we go, that's a little more manageable. So we got GPS, just for fun, we're going to do a speed run. So track, start, stop, read. Zeroed out. Track, start. Okay, let's see what it does. And we lost our tires going all the way down the street. Okay, that was fun. Alright, let's see what we got. Stop, read. 31 miles an hour right off the bat. Let's go get those tires. Alright. There she is in all her glory. Let's see what we got. What do you think? 40? Stop. Read. 37! Alright. That's alright. That's alright. Let's do another pass. Why not? Let's do a track, start, stop, read. Track, start. See how things are feeling on temp. Motor feels okay. Let's see what we got. So I don't have any bearings in the wheels yet either. I'm waiting on my bearings. Okay, let's go the other way. It's a nice little wide open throttle run. See where we're at. Okay, here we go. Stop. Read. 39. All right. We're almost at 40. Not bad. Very cool, very cool. All right, we just got done doing some quick little speed test runs with our TMNT Party Wagon TT-02 build. So here's the little guy now. It's a tiny little car. It's very compact. We managed to squeeze in a 2S LiPo on top. Got our speed controller and our GPS on top. And we got the servo on the what would normally be the battery side of the car. And there's our motor tucked away right up against the steering bell cranks. So yeah, it is a cute little car. It's fun and it's fast. We hit 39 miles an hour. Anywho, thanks for tuning in and watching. Take care. Bye.